Let me play the intro. Here we go.
You remember how to do this?
No, the drive is asleep. Hold on a second. All right, here we go again.
Oh, the specific hard drive goes to sleep, or like, huh? Okay. Let's wake up, couch co-op. Good morning. A new episode. After many months of silence, we have MilkMan and Clarkage. Yeah, it's been a while. Let's see if Tony still has it in his feed.
Couch co-op. Hello, couch co-opers, couch potatoes, and couch co-depends. This is the Couch Co-op Show, and I'm Ian. Please do me a favor and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Couch Co-op Shows. All one word, no hyphen. Now let's get to the show. Joining me on the couch tonight, well, my good friend Jarrod.
Hey, nice to record again with you.
Many
Been a hot
people,
minute.
many people have God as their co-pilot. I have Jarrod as my co-pilot.
It's very opposing people there, but hey.
What? I'm saying that you're the same as God. That's pretty powerful, right? No?
I have almost negative power at this point.
You have all the power, Jarrod. You have all the power.
Yeah, the power of Grayskull. Okay, got it.
Hey guys, we have not recorded an episode in many a moon. Many moons. Jared's grabbing a sword. Power of Grayskull. Many moons. Many moons we have not recorded, and we're back. I don't know what the last episode was. I should have looked, but we're back to talk some things. It's a pretty exciting video game. Summerfest is going on, or had going on, and some announcements. We saw Starfield. Jarrod, did you watch the Starfield stuff?
I did.
What did you think of it?
It looks fine. They're holding a lot back, I hope, because as an company that has usually a lot of different races and things like that, they just showed like, here's a dude.
Here's some pirates.
Here's a dude with a gun. A dude with a gun. He looks like some white dude with a gun. And no, that's not this company. They have to have something interesting, more interesting than just here's a human. Here's a human with a gun.
You can build outposts. You can build spaceships.
I'm not even talking about that. We're talking about the people. That's what's interesting about the Elder Scrolls is a lot of races.
Jarrod, in Fallout, there's only one race, and then a bunch of mutants.
But this isn't Fallout.
But it is Fallout in space.
It's a game in space, which has potential to have many races.
I guess it does. We didn't see any races. It's just...
We did not, and that's very unfortunate. It actually is concerning. Jarrod, at this point.
Space is just full of the white race, Jarrod.
Yes, everybody is white in space. So, come on. They should have shown something. Really?
They showed building spaceships. Building spaceships is cool.
No, everybody that loves space sims loves bumping into alien races. So they didn't show one. They just showed a couple of weird little alien bug things that you're fighting.
There is an organization that's surrounded about, what is it, Constellation or something? Like, it's about being in space with other races, but there weren't other races. You're right.
They need to do a very soon display of something, because I couldn't be the only. I've listened to a lot of podcasts. Nobody's commented about the fact. Well, I mean, maybe a couple of podcasts have commented about the fact that there's absolutely no other races in the game,
especially other than white race. Like, we don't even know there's black people.
It's not even that. Like, I mean, everybody has a freaking helmet on, so you can't tell. So that's not super important.
Are there Asian people in the game? are
Yeah,
there.
right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not, of course, including Earth races, but also different types of beings from other planets of intelligence, and so on and so forth. Like, if they're going for any aspect of the Mass Effect
Right, right.
era of gaming, there's got to be some form of intelligent life form that is interesting and unique
When you
to
think
their
of
world.
Mass Effect, you
Otherwise,
think of aliens. You
you
actually think of
do.
Asari. You think of Tarians.
So Bethesda has to have that. There's absolutely no way they're not having other races in this. It's super unusual that they did not have any of this in their trailer. They're like, "Hey, here's some bugs scurrying across the planet.
I got to be honest,
Let's stand
Jared.
around and wait for them to walk by."
It looked very basic Fallout 4 gameplay too. It looked like just running around first person shooting stuff. Like it was a little sad there too. Like it looked higher quality, but it just looked like the same thing I did in Fallout 4 and I wasn't super like, "Oh, this is what I'm going to do in this space game. I'm going to land on a planet and just shoot colony bullshit." Like I wasn't I would like to do what there's got to be something more exciting than gunplay going on.
Yeah, I don't know. The gunplay concerned me because the like laser or whatever bullet effects and stuff like that look kind of janky, and they weren't even straight, or I don't know. They seem kind of weird, but I don't know. I would like to have faith in the company, but as a lot of people know, that this company has been different. A lot of developers have left, started their own companies for good reason. There's been problems and ideas that maybe when those people parted from the company weren't able to come to fruition because of hardware, ideas, conflicting ideas. And I hope the team they have together now can actually put something together that is coherent and has really, it doesn't have to be important or anything like that. It just has to be cohesive. It has to have some form of purpose.
Well, you know what's funny? I mean, if you think about it, 2011 is when Skyrim dropped, and that game changed. That was a huge drop. But when that game dropped, it was janky. It was weird. It didn't work. And then it finally worked. Had
Yeah.
some save issue
Well,
files,
both of us were on PS3, and that was like their worst edition.
save
But
file
we
issues.
got through it. We both spent several hundred hours in the PlayStation 3 edition.
And I believe that game ended up almost like game of the year, I think, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, it was fantastic. We both loved it. We
And
both
then
spent
and
tons
then
of
the
time with
game
it.
industry grew up. And when Fallout 4 dropped, it was more of a whimper. Then Fallout 76 dropped. That didn't go very well. Now you have a new IP. Looks better, but it still looks kind of the same as Fallout 4 in a lot of respect.
But
As
it's
to
a slightly upgraded edition of their engine.
right, exactly. But
Slightly.
you're
I
still
mean, I
doing.
hope it's more than slight.
Yeah, me too.
I do. I have hope in the game,
We didn't see a
and
lot of
I
what the dialogue options were. Again, alien race we didn't see.
so again, it's way too early to form any opinion of the game.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yes,
This game was supposed to come out this year.
it was
Is
supposed
it?
to come out
Is
on
it?
November 11th, 11/11/22,
Is it?
but it is
So
not
again,
coming out until next year,
we should. So that game should be.
2023.
We should. What I'm saying is, Jared, that game, the idea of what that game is pretty solid at this point. They're just polishing. They're polishing at this point. They're trying to make it
Yeah,
solid, cohesive, tight.
but
So that's got to make you kind of concerned, right?
well, they announced that there's going to be like 1,000 planets to visit, right?
Okay.
And
Why do we need
It's
that?
one of their most handcrafted games to date.
Okay,
But
handcrafted.
but keep in mind, out of those 1,000 planets, there's 4 major cities.
Four, just four,
4 major cities,
just four.
which one of them is the biggest they have ever created.
So what it's gonna come down to is fucking four major cities, Skyrim type style, and then the rest is gonna be like fucking Mass Effect Andromeda, where you just land and shit happens and it's janky and
But they announced that you could explore the whole planet.
whole planet.
How
Not like
interesting can that be?
I don't know. I mean, you can't.
They did
We'll see.
not
We'll
announce
see.
any
We'll see.
procedural generation,
We'll see.
and you cannot handcraft a whole planet. There's absolutely no way to handcraft 1,000 whole planets. So there's going to be a baseline
Listen,
in every single planet that's going to be very similar.
I'm very excited for this game, Jared.
I am. I'm just kind of.
And I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
mod it.
I
I'm
guess
just gonna make every alien's just gonna be big titty girl. So it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna mod it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be. It's like all aliens are gonna be big titty girls, Jared. So it doesn't really
So
matter.
you're gonna play on PC because you don't have an Xbox. I have a Series S, which I've heard.
Might
Well,
not play
I've
it.
read that this system is one of the big things holding a lot of Xbox games back because it's so underpowered. It's really hard to get it working on the Xbox Series S. And I feel that Starfield is going to be super janky on the Series S. And that's what I have. I'm going to play it on day one. Yeah, I'm excited for the game. I am. I love space games. I love space dramas. I'm excited
Here's
to
the
see
thing.
what they can bring up.
I'm not even gonna get. I'm not gonna play it on Game Pass. I'm gonna actually have to buy it on Steam because Game Pass is so hard to mod through.
Yeah.
So I need to buy it on Steam to mod, or GOG.
And within the first 6 months of that game being available on Steam, it's going to be heavily modded because that community is rabid. They are super contagious.
Just like big and just like
Yeah, you're gonna be tripping over your boobs, Ian.
it's gonna be so good.
You're gonna need a wheelbarrow,
Jared.
for the boobs that you're
I'm
gonna have,
have
Ian.
boobs on my spaceship, Jared.
Yeah.
Dude,
Shit.
what other video games announcements did you what other
Ian.
video games announcements were you interested in? There's a bunch of shit that was announced. Was anything you thought was cool?
I honestly,
I made
it's
a
been
drink.
a hot minute.
Also,
It's been a
I'll be
couple
right
weeks
back.
since
I
that
gotta
happened.
keep talking.
But mostly the indie stuff. I was looking forward, of course, to the very first like official footage of Hollow Knight information. I don't know why I can't even think of the title. I'm just very tired and I've had a few drinks. But I want to play as Hornet in Hollow Knight's follow up. I can't even think of the title.
Something song. Something song?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I haven't played the game for
They still haven't
a couple
announced
years.
a release date for
Silk
that though.
Song.
Silk Song.
They have not announced a date, but
They say it's
supposedly
coming, but they haven't
all the
announced it.
games in their showcase were coming out within the year, within 12 months.
What about what about the Final Fantasy stuff?
Well, that is a completely different showcase.
Well, we're not stuck by showcase. We're stuck by games.
No. I will absolutely play Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 Part 2.
Rebirth.
I didn't get to play any of the Crisis Core or any of that stuff. So next year is going to be stupid for Final Fantasy fans that didn't have portable systems and want the new game and the remake. Like, is all this really going to come out in the same goddamn year?
I think
it's
so.
100% bullshit. Like, I put almost 200 hours into Final Fantasy 15, probably after all the DLC. So like when Final Fantasy 16 comes out, I feel I'm going to really dive into that. I'm excited for that because I loved
But they
Final
haven't
Fantasy
dated
14.
Final Fantasy 16 though, have they? No.
That's next summer at the earliest.
But that's not. But Final Fantasy 7 Part 2 is coming next year.
Ish.
Should be coming next year.
There's no official dates on most of the things.
It's probably coming next year.
Yeah. Most of the things did not have official dates. So that, I don't know. I'm not super concerned because I have so many games to play. My backlog is ridiculous.
All right,
And
fuck Square then. What
uh,
are your thoughts on the Callisto Protocol, the Dead Space
I
like?
want I loved Dead Space 1. I'm a huge fan of the series.
Did you like them all or
So
just the one?
I did. I did. I even like Dead Space 3. I understand a lot of the critiques, and I think I may have enjoyed it a little more as a co-op playing person because of the conflicting events, because in Dead Space 3 there was certain things that happened, like you were having like not psychic, but mental breakdowns or
Breakdowns, yeah.
some visions that the other person did not see, so you're both playing the same game but seeing different things. And I wish that people didn't critique Dead Space 3 so much, and that part of the game could have gone forward to other titles in anything else,
But that
because
doesn't
that whole
matter, Jared.
concept is super cool.
That doesn't matter.
But
You're getting a
Callisto
whole new game,
Protocol,
and it looks just
Callisto,
fucking too disgusting. It's.
and
I'll never
it's
play it.
it's gonna be single player, which
Yeah.
is fine.
Right.
Callisto Protocol, I don't mind super violent gore stuff and stuff, whatever. I don't mind that. I'm pretty hard to scare. I love the tension of a dark, like quiet game. Like a proper horror game doesn't need music every moment of the game. Maybe just like ambient noise. And I feel like this is going to be a game that's going to cover all those bases because it came from part of the original team that did the first Dead Space. And the thing I really appreciated about that game was there was a lot of quiet moments with ambient noise. And like you could really tell where things may have been or are and are slowly shifting through the environment.
It
And
all.
that kind of horror game is interesting.
It also feels like
And
it's all very
yeah,
close quarters. Like it's like brutal. Like you have a gun, but it's like you shoot it once. It takes a long time to reload, so you have to rely on your physical attack
yeah, a lot of melee stuff. So I'm
melee.
really interested to see where that goes. So yeah, I'm super interested in the Callisto Protocol. I actually a long time ago I went to E3 and met some of the team members from that, and I got to talk to them about the Wii game. Or no, that was at PAX. The Wii game where they were doing the Dead Space Extraction or whatever that was called. It was like the uh, on the rails shooter kind of a thing, and they are super passionate about horror and things like that. And I think some of that team is working on that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited. They're, like the passion behind this genre is so deep and so cool that it's just hard for me to pass up on. I love horror content in games.
I'll never play it, but man, that game looks really good. Especially from a
Yeah,
third party, man, it's looking super tight. I think a lot of people are super excited for it.
yeah. Super excited right here.
I can't even think. There was so much. There was a bunch of Devolver stuff I thought was super cool. Angerfoot I thought was super cool. I downloaded the demo. It's kind of funny. You're just a guy with an angry foot, and you kick doors down. And
Yeah, that looked cool. It was a first person game, right?
yeah. You can get it on Steam. I don't know if your computer will run it, but there's a demo out for it. It's pretty fucking hilarious, dude. If your computer will run it, you should
Yeah, my
try it.
computer won't run it. I guarantee. My because most games these days require at least 2 gigabytes of video RAM, and I have like 256K
It's pretty cool.
megabytes.
Uh,
It's a pretty minimal, very small.
Devolver had a super cool show, but like the game, I think Jared and I mean, me less so, but I was actually super cool into it. the Plunky Squire. Is that what it was
Yeah,
called?
the Plucky Squire looks really
Oh
cool.
my god! It like starts out as like this 2D storybook game, and then he realizes he can jump off the storybook into the 3D world, and
Yeah,
then he kind of runs around and does stuff, and then he jumps onto like a coffee cup, and it becomes like a side scroller shooter. It's just like
yeah, it looks super
this
cool.
game looks highly like just overdeveloped and well made, and I just hope it is. I hope what they showed us is. I hope it's tight and really well made, because Devolver always brings kind of cool shit, and like that game was like, I'm not usually into these type of games, but that one looked crazy
So
fucking
so
cool,
wait,
man. Crazy cool.
so wait.
Yeah.
Earlier in the evening, before we started recording podcasts and stuff, we were
Yeah.
talking about Monkey
Beer.
Island.
Oh, Monkey Island. Yeah, yeah. The new Monkey Island comes out this year.
No, Return to Monkey
Yeah,
Island
that's the new
is
one.
from Devolver Digital.
Oh, they didn't share that, but yeah, that's coming out.
That's on their website, devolverdigital.com. It's Return to Monkey Island. That's
Yes.
freaking bizarre. Okay.
Someone
Wow.
did share that, but it wasn't them. But yeah, I didn't know
That's super
Devolver. I
rad.
didn't know they were publishing that.
Yeah, Devolver's one like Annapurna and Devolver, like the two publishers really want to check out.
They're holding the game industry together, guys. Let me tell
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, they're both like the super cool. Like, hey, Annapurna's like, we're gonna have the super interesting, like indie, crazy, like whoa
Really
things.
meta. And
Where
then
Devolver's
Devolver's
like,
like, "Fuck
we're gonna
you."
blow shit up. We're gonna make fucking missiles. We're gonna kick shit against the walls. Let's do this. You
Dude,
know, it's like two opposing parts of the
dude,
industry.
that
And it's perfect.
the last game Devolver showed was that I forget what it's called right now, but the skateboarding game. I have not been
Uh,
more exciting for a skateboarding game than their fucking I'm a demon uh of glass and pain, and but
Skate story.
yeah, that game
Yeah,
looks so
skateboarding. He's made
cool.
of glass.
I'm made of glass and pain, but I have
Yeah.
to skate. And he just
Yeah,
skates.
every time you crash, you just
You
break into
shatter.
pieces.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty
but
rad.
I don't know. There's something cool about that, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
I'm super interested in playing that game. I mean, I don't know, man. Devolver, but yeah, you're right. Annapurna has a lot of cool things coming out.
I'm so looking forward to Stray, the cat game. I'm so looking forward to that. They showed more footage of that
That's
since last we recorded. So much has happened. We haven't recorded in probably a month
we
or
haven't.
two.
No, there's so much. Yeah, exactly. And
It's
like,
it's been crazy. So we're gonna bounce all over the place, and we probably forget about half the shit, because it's all from memory. Maybe we're digging in a website or two,
Jarrod's digging
but
into the websites.
it's
I'm not.
crazy.
I can see Jared digging
Oh
into the
no.
websites right now.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
even
I'm just
opened it up.
looking at content. Yeah, yeah, but it's crazy. Like there was just this last week there was like a 15-minute Final Fantasy 25th anniversary. It's absurd how long ago that game came out. And Final Fantasy 16 is coming out. There's going to be Final Fantasy Part 2. We've already
Seven.
mentioned
Final Fantasy Seven Part
Crisis
Two.
Core.
Crisis Core. Yeah.
Yeah, and like other mobile games. There's just so much Final
Oh,
Fantasy this year. It's so
they also. I
stupid.
know you didn't
So
play. I didn't
stupid.
play a lot of it. You didn't play a lot of it, but they also announced that Dragon Dogma 2 was in development.
Yeah, I played a couple of like maybe 3 or 4 hours actually of Dragon's Dogma back on like the PS3, and the game was super rad. You could actually like climb on the enemies. It's almost like Monster Huntery, where you could climb on the enemies, like grab onto them and start just stabbing away and doing crazy shit. The boss fights were super hard. Story was really interesting, and you had a lot of conversations along the way. The game was really, really good.
I
I don't know
never
why they
finished it.
stick
I
with
never
it.
finished it.
Yeah, yeah, I never finished it. It was huge, and it
I
was
feel like
awesome.
it should be one of those streams, one of my I never finished streams, or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I would love to watch somebody play that game because it's such a cool thing. And now I don't know if like how I'm assuming the story continues since it's a part two.
It must.
So I bet there are a lot of videos going to pop up soon that are like recaps, like what you
Jared,
need to know before the sequel. you
They
know,
do
that kind of stuff.
have the kind of upgraded version Dragon Dogma Dark Arisen for PS4. You could get it
I
to play it.
know, I know. I might even already have a copy of it.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know. I don't know. I just so much stuff to play. It's so ridiculous. Like as a gamer, we are so wealthy.
We're
Not
super wealthy.
financially,
Not well,
but
not financially wealthy, but like game rich. We're game
game
rich.
rich. So game rich. We get 3 titles free every month if you just have one, like PlayStation Plus. You get 3 games a month. Xbox Game Pass, you get hundreds of games all the time and several, like tons of them free every month. And Amazon Prime, you get games
Epic,
free.
epic.
Epic, you get games free. Uh, Good Old Games, GOG.com is giving tons of free games this month. Uh, where does it end? Like, there's so many goddamn games. It's ridiculous. Like, where do you even start? How do you even pick what games you
You know
play?
what's awful too is like they finally PlayStation Plus finally moved into their new format.
You subscribed to that, didn't
Well,
you?
no, no. So
The,
here, so
the
here's the thing. So like once they've moved into the format, they give you a breakdown of how much it will cost you to upgrade. So like depending on what your subscription was, my subscription, my 12-month subscription renews next month, and they were like, "Well, we'll prorate for $3 this month. So if you pay $3 right now, you'll get the essential pack for $3. So you can get you can get this download catalog for $3." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I can cancel it. I can just go back to regular account, if I want to. But there's a bunch of games on there I want to try and play. So like, yeah, I don't know. Bryn was like, "Oh, that's interesting." It's like, and she's like, and I was like, "I think your game you want." Bryn loves Animal Crossing, and there's this other game that's like Animal Crossing on there on the catalog, and I was like, "Well, just check to see how much." And her account renews in October, so they're prorated for the PlayStation Plus, whatever the medium tier essential is, was $11. So she felt, oh, $11 is fair enough to play all these free games, all these
is
games
that for the month or for the year?
for the entire for the time. So it tells you that it renews in October for her. So
Yeah.
you have to. So Jarrod, what you would have to go is go on your PlayStation. It'll tell you when your account renews, and it'll give you a prorated number
Huh.
for how much it will cost for the upgrade.
Okay, because there's 3 tiers.
There's 3 tiers, and one's 120 a year, one's 100 a year, and one's the basic $60 a year. Right?
Which is probably what I will stick to.
Yeah, the basic bitch $60 a year. But if you look at it, if you go back and look at it and see when yours renews, it'll
Mhm.
give you a prorated account, and it'll say like, "Oh, well, your account doesn't renew until here, so we can give you this amount of PlayStation Essential for $15
Oh, okay, for the rest of
for the
your
rest of
subscription.
your current subscription." Until
Okay.
until that time at which they will say, "Hey,
Mine's for like December or November or
yeah, so you
something
should
like
look at it and
that.
see how much it is to upgrade, because it might just cost you a few bucks."
But it's already too hard to find time to play the games I
There's
have.
so
I couldn't
many
even
games.
imagine. It's
There's
so
so many
nuts. It's
games.
stupid.
There's so many games, and I'm only doing the
Uh-huh.
middle tier. I'm not doing the higher tier. I'm just doing the middle tier because I don't want to stream PS3 and PSP in one
So,
game. Yeah.
so do you think? So between Xbox Game Pass and like the top tier of PlayStation subscriptions, which one is the Netflix and which one is the Disney Plus or Apple or whatever? How would you compare
I think
those?
neither of them are. I mean, the cool thing about Game Pass. Okay, I'm gonna break it
Day
down for you
one,
guys. Game Pass has day and date.
which is amazing.
Amazing.
That's top tier right there.
But I don't feel like you need to, as a guy on a PC who plays these games, I don't feel like I need to subscribe to it. What I do,
Really?
is I do the shady thing. Is like I just drop in. It's like, oh hey, I get a month for $1 and I get 2 months free. So I'll just drop in, pay $1 for 3 months. When that 3 months is up, I'll cancel, and I'll leave it for a few months, and then I'll check back in, and I'll be like, oh hey, I can get that again, and I can come back in and I play those games, and then I'll cancel again.
I get
I'm
that. I have a daughter that plays Minecraft every month,
That's
so
cool.
like
That's cool.
I can't just drop it for a few months
That's the game you
because
should
she wants
probably
to
just
play with
pay
her
for. You should
buddy.
just
And
pay for then, really.
but it also comes with the Xbox Live Gold, which is required to play online games.
Well, that's the funny thing. Game Pass Ultimate comes with it, but regular Game
Yeah,
Pass
exactly.
doesn't.
It doesn't. So I just subscribed to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate,
Right.
and yeah. So I don't know.
So that one's
There's
more
really no
expensive,
good
and
way
that's
to do
14.
it.
So like, if you think about it, 14.99 for 12 months. How much is that? That's expensive.
It
That's
adds up.
more.
It
That's like It's like almost $200, I think,
Well,
right?
you have to buy like I think you can't buy a whole year of it. You have to buy like 6 months at a time.
Oh, you can't do a full year.
No, you can't. I think they offered it originally, but now you can't. At
Fourteen
least
ninety nine times
maybe online you can just digitally, but if you're gonna buy a card like a
fourteen
digital
ninety
card,
nine for a year is $180.
yeah.
So that's what that is. Now,
But that's 3 games.
that's fine. That's 3 games.
That's
That's
three
game. That's
games.
online play, and that's Game Pass. And Game Pass gives day and date.
Yeah.
I do my Game Pass. I try and spend $1 at a time. So I try and get that cheap. So that's what I'm doing for that on PC. But I do it on PC. So
Yeah, but
I'm
you
not
can't claim that if you're already a
right,
subscriber.
right. You'd have to cancel and then come back.
Yeah.
Uh PlayStation is another thing entirely because they've had very few. They've had a couple games
They
day
don't
and
have any
date, but they haven't had a lot of games day and date.
Mhm.
They don't not first party. They don't do any first party day and date. And but they do have a cool library, so it's difficult. And so like the basic bitch like is like $60. That's just your standard
But
now what is Xbox Gold? That's like Xbox Gold. That's like
it's the same cost, like 60
same kind
bucks.
of $60,
But
60 bucks.
either of those you can get on like
Yeah,
cdkeys.com or
exactly.
something like that for 20
Exactly.
something
Exactly.
bucks. You know, it's much
Right.
better that way. You
So
can't
then
just pay full price.
so
No.
then there's PlayStation Extra, which has PS4 and sometimes PS5 games for download. So you don't have to stream them, you just download them. You get access to this catalog, and there's all these games in there. And there's a bunch of games in there that I'm interested in, so I was willing to check it out for a while. PlayStation Premium is like that's when you get into all the retro shit: PS3, PS2,
PS
PS1,
Yeah, PSP, right?
PSP, yeah, all that shit. So,
Yeah.
and that's a
I'm
catalog,
not really
and
into
I'm
that
not
anymore.
interested in it. That's
That's top tier.
that's
Expensive,
like
unnecessarily expensive.
which I feel like is unfair. Like I feel
Yeah.
like take out like there should be a retro. Like it
Mhm.
almost feels like there should be a retro category that doesn't have the PS4 stuff, and it has like the same. But I don't care. I don't care about that shit. I have a PS3, I have a PS2 and PS1.
That shit should be available on your smart TV. Like the old retro stuff, PS1, PSP, PS2, maybe PS2 on your smart TV
But they're
for a
figuring
subscription.
it out. I
But
think they're
it's
gonna
I
figure
don't
it
know.
out. I feel like maybe you'll be able to piecemeal it at some point. But I do
Yeah.
feel like the PlayStation Extra in the middle, but that's $100 a year. That's $99.99 a year, and we don't get day and date, but you do get games that are cool. So I'm gonna like I didn't I'm not gonna so like I didn't spend $20 on the Ghost of Tsushima director's cut for the PS5 upgrade. I'm gonna
No.
pay that PS5 upgrade on that service, and get I feel like that's kind of cool, and so like there's some cool shit there. Uh,
I think both of these companies are still trying to figure out what's going to work, and it still has a few iterations before it really settles in. Like PlayStation Plus has been around for a long time, and now they have these different tiers. I think it's going to develop slowly over the years into something a little more malleable for customers. I don't know if it's really worth it at this point. Game Pass, I think, is definitely a value. So I think between the two, Game Pass is really where it's at.
Yeah, exactly. I think they both have things going for them. I think Game Pass's thing is the day and date, but like at
Yeah.
after that, like I feel like their library is just as spotty as PlayStation. Like things come and go and leave, just like PlayStation. I feel like on PC, I don't know what it's like on Xbox. I don't have an Xbox, but on PC, I feel like the PlayStation library is way bigger than the PC library. There's a lot more things on the PlayStation library I want to play than there is on the PC library. But the thing that wins me with the Game Pass is day and date. I hope PlayStation can figure out some day. I mean, PlayStation's only had two day and date games. They've had like Virtual Fighter, whatever that Virtual Fighter game, the remake was, and then Shadow Warrior 3. Game Pass obviously has all Xbox games, so that makes it crazy. But as long as I can do Game Pass for $1 for 3 months, I'll do. I'll keep getting PlayStation Plus extra because.
Without Game Pass, I wouldn't have played the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's
Oh yeah,
Revenge
yeah.
on day one.
Yeah, I started. I
I
played.
already
I
beat
started.
that.
I know. How long did that take you?
Like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've only played it for like a few minutes. I played the first couple levels. It was great.
Yeah, yeah, it's super good. I dug it. The voice acting could use a little help. It seemed like it was the same dude doing most of the things, but
It's like all the
beyond,
games. It's like all the
yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's better than 16-bit. It's like, I don't know if they did a 64-bit brawler in a 2D style. It's really clean, great graphics. The fighting was great. I really enjoyed everything about the game. It's just really fun. I couldn't put it down until I beat it. I beat it in one sitting.
Yeah, I
Like
only played a
I
couple
couldn't.
levels and then I just like, I gotta put this down because I have something else to do. But I should have just. I kind of feel like I'm just gonna fire it up, play through it all, and then. But I
Well,
kind of.
Red.
Well, here's the other thing. I wanted to have it for my Switch, and then when we do these trips for Bryn and we go up to Seattle, so I wanted a game to play. But I have a feeling I'll just beat it now and then call it good.
Yeah, I mean, you don't make these trips super often, so I mean, why like wait and spend what $30 or whatever the game costs on Switch when you can just get it on Game Pass,
Right.
and enjoy it for the few hours. And it has more options. Like just playing it 3 hours is about all I need out of it. But
You
there's
can play
other
six
options where you
player
can play
co-op,
six
dude.
player. After you beat the game on story for the first time, you unlock Casey Jones. So I started playing with Casey Jones, and he's badass, and it's awesome. It was like fun to continue playing, and like there's objectives. You can level all your characters up to level 10 and unlock new skills and stuff like that. So I mean, there's a reason to keep going through story mode, and then arcade mode just unlocks all that stuff. So you can just kind of doink around and fight through that. And it always has the option to connect with other people, which I didn't do. I just wanted to kind of jam through it real quick as myself. So you can get kind of whatever experience you want out of it. You want the multiplayer, bam, you got some people to play with. If you want to play it yourself, cool, you're good.
Jarrod,
Have fun.
what else have you been playing though?
Right before that, I finished all the Returnal DLC. I got 100%
Returnal.
in the Returnal DLC. So I have the 100% over the whole game, which I'm very proud of that, yes. Because the game is amazing and deserves all the time that I gave to it, I think, because it's just super exciting. I played a lot of games by Housemarque, and this is just the third person version of that.
Now he's never gonna play it with me.
Well, because you never play it, so
Well, I've
what's
been
the
so
point?
busy with other things, Jarrod.
Yeah. So you know when I play, you know when I play.
I know when you play.
I'm on the same time every night, every single night of every single week. So if you ever decide you want to play, I'll be there.
Right. So
I
Returnal.
might have to download it again if you
Oh,
decide you want
oh,
to,
so you
but
deleted it. He deleted it off his system.
well, dude, the PlayStation 5 has shit for memory. And if I have 100% on Returnal, and so honestly, the most disappointing part about Returnal DLC is the online mode. Because if you host, you will never find anybody. Nobody is playing it. But if you search for a game to play with someone else, you will absolutely find somebody right away because there's people sitting there until it times out. And it's unfortunate because that game is fantastic. And I really wanted to play that new tower co op with anybody. But everybody I played with still hadn't beat the second boss. So I did not have the zip line thing. I played online with a lot of
I haven't
people,
beaten this
and
second boss.
nobody has beat the second boss. Nobody.
You have to help me. You have to
Absolutely
help me
nobody.
beat the second boss, Jared.
Turn the game on,
All right, you're right.
dude.
Here's the problem
Turn
with
the
this. Here's the
goddamn game
problem.
on.
Here's the problem with this. Here's the problem with this. I am like edging so hardcore on Elden Ring right now. Like
I got the platinum on it.
I know, and I'm
I'm
thinking,
I'm done with it.
I'm thinking about getting the platinum too. So I've been
That's
edging
so good.
hard.
You should.
I've been
You
edging
should.
so hard. I've beat Jared. I got all the boss trophies. I
Good.
have all of them.
What are you waiting for?
I just
Go
need to
get all the
do.
shit. It doesn't take long.
I need to do all. I know. Part of me doesn't want it to end. Like part of me is like, I don't want it to end.
Well, it doesn't have to because there's a lot of shit you're still
I
missing
know.
after you
I
get all the
know. I
trophies.
know. I know. I know. I know. I just
Yeah,
the
I
game.
understand. The game is really good.
Here. I'll give you this. So I've been doing this thing on my Twitch stream called Games I Never Beat, and I've been playing Mass Effect Andromeda. And yesterday I did a 13-hour stream, and I was not planning to do a 13-hour stream. I was just planning to play it, but I got really enraptured into it. And then at the 11th hour, I realized, oh shit, I'm about to beat this game.
Yeah,
So I said,
good.
fuck it.
I'm glad you finally did.
So I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna keep streaming this game as I play it. But and it's
I liked the game.
the
I
game's
did.
great. Actually, I think the game's pretty cool, and I
Yeah.
beat the game. But the funny thing is, now that I've beat it, I really want to spend more time with the characters and finish some of the other quests because it's like now that the pressure of beating it's off, I can beating it off. But I can just kind of hang out with the characters and they can talk and I can finish quests and I don't feel any pressure anymore. It's a
So,
really weird thing
do
to
you
say, but
do you know what the worst Mass Effect Andromeda fans are?
what?
Mass Effect fans.
Right?
Yeah, screw those guys.
Well,
It's actually a good game.
it is
It
a really I think it's a great game. I think it's a good game and I think there's a great game in there. I just feel like if they could have trimmed some of the fat and made it a bit tighter, I think the game could have been awesome. It's so bloated
So
at times. It's just like, "Oh my
I
god."
I would understand people being disappointed if it was a direct sequel, but it is not a direct sequel.
It's a new thing.
It's a derivative of a Mass Effect series. It's part of Mass Effect, but it is its own thing.
And it definitely has a Mass Effect heart. It definitely feels like Mass Effect. I definitely once the game ends, it definitely feels like and I really came to love a lot of those characters and I really like I felt like for some reason in the beginning I felt the need to finish it and beat it. Now I feel like I just want to hang out with them and I just feel like the game didn't do a good job of kind of framing that.
Yeah, and I think another thing a lot of Mass Effect fans forgot about at the end of Mass Effect 3 is that a lot of stuff was destroyed and made a lot of things not possible,
Mm-hmm.
like traveling between solar systems and stuff immediately. You know, all that stuff just like got eviscerated. It was gone.
whatever this new Mass Effect game is coming out, and you hear teases about, oh, Shepard's gonna come back, or you hear this or that. I hope
Don't
they. I
do
hope.
it. Don't bring
I'm
Shepard
okay. I'm
back.
okay with Shepard coming. Whatever they decide to do, I just I don't want them to forget about the Andromeda game. I feel like there's a lot of great fiction there. I just feel like it wasn't handled the best it could have been, but I feel like the game itself,
Hmm.
there's a lot of great lore there. There's a lot of great content there.
Yeah,
I just feel
yeah. I'm not
like
saying it's perfect.
it doesn't have to be a direct sequel, but I
No.
just don't forget about them. Like, yeah, I agree, Jared. Like, Mass Effect fans are awful, and I get Shepard is one of these cool, awesome people, and I don't need Shepard to be the hero. I don't need that to be in the new game, but I do
Did they
need.
need to have people with fan clubs of Liara and Garrus and stuff like that? I mean, did they have to be directly like, "Hey, here's this thing. Hey, it's zany. Look at this."
I don't want to shortchange those heroes. The new heroes
Yeah.
in the new game. I think they deserve their place. And at first, when I was first playing the game, I was like, man, this game I'm not gelling. But I don't know. In that, I mean, I did a 13-hour stream yesterday. That's my longest stream ever. And at a certain point, well, I would say the day before that, I did a normal 3 hour stream, and I was like playing it, and I really like. At some point, it hadn't really gelled like it gelled then, and the next day, I just like I was locked in, and I actually played. I didn't stream it today, but I actually played for like a few hours today, just to like fuck around and finish some quests, and it's
Yeah.
like
Cool.
I think I'm gonna keep playing it just to finish some quests, and I don't know. There's for some reason I like the pressure of beating it was lifted, and now I can just hang out. I don't know. It's and I got my N7 armor. I don't
Nice.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. It
And
felt good to wear that. It did. I mean, some throwbacks are good in an indirect
there
sequel.
wasn't
Some
enough.
throwbacks
I
are,
feel like there wasn't enough in
I
the game. A little bit,
but I
but
feel like if they brought Shepard back, they'd have to bring Shepard back as some like god or something like that, some deity with a Bible and all that stuff, because
maybe.
she or he changed so much of the world from that final decision that there's absolutely no way they could bring Shepard back in some other way because that one final decision set the way of the future. So it would be unnecessary to bring a character like that back other than in reference
I don't think they
or
need to.
lore.
I think. I mean, I think they could take your. I think the Pathfinder thing, I would like, kill that. I don't like the colonization of stuff, but I like the kind of space police Mass Effect. So, like, if your character had a new job and she was like to go out and investigate and take care of situations, I would find that more interesting. The whole colonize this and do this and get your thing up to a certain level, that shit got really
Yeah,
tiring.
like that.
I didn't like that. I just want to go out, investigate stories, meet people, have sex. That's Mass Effect.
Yeah.
To me that's Mass Effect.
Well, even just like short stories like going on the
Oh yeah.
flotilla
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
going on the journeys and stuff like that. Like just do short stories. They don't need to be massive games. Fun on the mass, but they could just do short stories. It doesn't have to be DLC. Just like smaller games with like different cultures and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be, "Hi, I'm the white dude." Or I'm the white girl in the show. Let's go. Like play as the other characters, other races, other planets. Like where's this cool meeting of the Taurians with the Earthlings? The very first meeting. Where's that game?
Right.
Why can't I be the Turian meeting the Earthling for the first time? Like what's up? Why do I have to be Earth white guy? Like what's up with that?
Cuz
Bring in
you
the
are an Earth
cool
white guy.
character. Yeah, it doesn't matter who cares? Who is that self-centered as a white dude that has to play as a white dude meeting an alien? Why can't I be the alien meeting the white dude?
I don't know, Jared. Speaking
Come
of
on, make an interesting game. I want to be the alien.
speaking of space and aliens, Jared beat Destiny 2 Witch Queen.
I did.
You did.
I did, and I loved it. I
Let's talk
played the whole
as
almost the whole thing solo.
a podcast that was
And
super hardcore on Destiny for so long. Where does this stand
and I
on the Destiny lore and track?
so early on, Destiny was about playing with people, and slowly, as Destiny's path showed me
Playing
through
solo.
the introduction of the new stories, as it showed a blank slate with me playing with me. Me playing, I'm really good at playing with myself.
I love watching you play with
You
yourself.
know, I love playing with
I
myself
wish you would stream
because
more
that's
so I
the
could
only
watch
thing
it.
I can do at this point. Uh, but even single player, the game is really great. It provides different types of challenges as a solo player because the new Witch Queen content is, I find, quite a bit more difficult because a lot of it is based around the power of new consoles and stuff like that, where there's a lot more enemies on screen. And the level progression seems to be a little more harsh, and I found it really enjoyable. I loved leveling up. It was really great and fun to get the armor. The battles were great because the amount of enemies really complicated the battle arenas and really made you stay on your toes. Destiny's always been really good about keeping you on your toes, even in multiplayer battles. But as a solo player, sometimes it just got kind of boring. But in Destiny 2, Witch Queen, I think I really, really, really enjoyed playing it solo because everything just seemed really interesting. The battle arenas were really well done. That's one thing Bungie's always really done a really good job on. I keep saying really, yes, I do, but I
Really,
mean it
really, really, really.
because yes, Bungie is awesome at like they will spawn groups of enemies, and those enemies don't always respawn in the same way every single time. They'll all head towards their directions, but then once you start interacting with them, they really, really
Really?
do. Yes, what makes, I don't know, it's really, it's they have the maths really well down. They really figure out how to make things interesting on the battlefield. And I don't know how to explain it very well, but it's just interesting every single time. Like all the battles, you always have to jump around and like find the best way to complete the battle. Sometimes enemy will spawn that's the power ones. They've always had that, like, hey, there's a random enemy that spawns and figure out how to defeat it. And a lot of the times you're the only one battling the enemy, so it's fun just to kind of chase it down and see what its path is and see if you can take it down by yourself, get the treasure chest. And it's really interesting. There's secrets all over the place, like there always has been. I don't know. The new world that they put in with Savathun's world is really fun to explore, and it changes throughout the story, and it's really cool. And I wish I had other people to play it with, but nobody is jumping in
Well,
Destiny these
well,
days. So it's
here's my
unfortunate.
counter argument
Yes.
to the PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Extra, PlayStation Premium. I wish one of those features had an option where
Yeah.
you could select I'm a Destiny fan,
Yes.
and so then
One of those should have all
so
the
maybe
Destiny.
I don't get the certain content, but I get my subscription allows me access to all the Destiny content. So then I could play the game, without having to, no barriers. I'm paying money
Yeah.
now. Now paying a monthly subscription to now I get certain aspects, and then I get this aspect. Like
Yeah.
Why is this something like I would like PlayStation Premium? I don't want the retro stuff. I want the PS4 and PS5 downloads catalog. Cool. But instead of the retro catalog, give me the Destiny catalog. So like I select that instead of the retro catalog, and now I have instant access to the whole Destiny, and then now I can play it. Because I don't know where I am in Destiny right now. I don't know what I have to do. I don't know what downloads I need to do. I don't. It's so
It's
confusing.
very fragmented.
It's so
Yeah.
confusing in this store. There's like this bundle, there's that bundle, there's this bundle, there's that bundle. Hey man, if you say, "Hey, motherfucker, hey, here's just the Destiny option on the Essential. You have access to everything." Holy shit. That makes my choice so much easier, and now I can hop on with Jarrod. I don't know. I
And
just feel like
Bungie could make so much money off of the pass because it's like every few months there's a $10 battle pass,
well, I
and
mean, I'm saying
millions
this
of people pay for that.
I'm saying this just as the fact that fucking Sony
Yeah,
now owns Destiny. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's like
exactly.
make it
Yeah,
an option. Like I don't want the retro option. I want the Destiny option. You know? Like let's start.
I would pay for their premium plans just for all the Destiny content.
Yeah, and you don't have to
Yeah,
worry
because
about it
I love
anymore. I
Destiny
don't have to
enough
worry
to
about
do
it.
that. Yeah, I wouldn't have to worry about like
Dude,
I didn't buy their 20th, 30th, whatever
it gets
anniversary
crazy.
of
It gets
Bungie
crazy. It gets
plan
crazy.
because there's content I can't access because I didn't buy their well whatever 30-year anniversary plan, whatever Destiny's or Bungie's up to,
And then start
and there's
partnering.
content I can't access.
Start partnering with other companies like that. Like, you know what? If Final Fantasy 14 had the option with like as a group as like part of that essential like Final Fantasy 14 and Destiny are part of the essential package instead of doing like you have the multiplayer package or you have the retro package. So like you choose I don't want the retro package, I want the multiplayer online
Yeah,
package. And it's like
modern package.
modern package. I was like, oh, I get in this package, I get access to all the Final Fantasy and Destiny content. Dude, that
Yeah,
seems that's that is the future. That is cable TV choosing HBO or Playboy or whatever. That's like, why is this not being talked about right now, and why is that not happening? That should be happening, especially with Destiny and PlayStation now that they're the same company. Whereas Final Fantasy, I get they're not, but I feel like the Final Fantasy thing could happen also. Anyway, that's just a thought.
Well,
Just a thought.
honestly, Destiny could easily be a free to play thing where you can buy cosmetics and the battle pass and stuff like that, and they'd be way more than sufficient financially because more people would
Maybe.
get in and play this content. Because most or all of my friends stopped playing Destiny because it just became too much to afford more Destiny. Everybody loves playing Destiny, but it's too expensive to keep
Those
up with
Destiny
Destiny.
passes are. I mean, that's just expensive. It's like what is it, like a $40? It's like a $39.99.
It's yeah, it's almost a whole game. Yeah,
It's like almost the whole game.
yeah, it is. Yeah, so it just gets too expensive. Everybody stopped playing. Like we used to have at least a group of 6 to 8
We
people
loved
in
it.
our
It
group
was the
playing
best
Destiny.
time.
We
We
loved
talked
it. We
about it
played
all the
all
time.
the time. And then like, okay, there's a couple of people that bought the DLC, and then no people bought the DLC, and then I just bought the DLC, and I bought the DLC, and I bought the DLC, and uh, it was just me, and that's it for years now. At this point,
And I
I'm the
love the
only one that's
game.
been
The game is
playing
solid. It's
Destiny.
fucking
It's
awesome. I just
great.
don't want. I don't want to spend.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
like a
I
whole
mean,
paycheck on freaking Destiny at this
listen.
point. Jeez,
I
there's so
spent
much content.
I spent all the money on the first Destiny. I spent all the money on that first Destiny.
Lots of money.
Lots of money.
Yeah,
And so the second
lots of
Destiny,
money on Destiny.
I just didn't want to. I spent the Destiny on the game and I played it and it's just like we're just going to do this again. I don't want to do it again. So I just stepped out.
And
But I
well,
feel bad
and
because
honestly,
go ahead.
yeah. And well, no, honestly, I only bought Destiny the Witch Queen because of the small chance I might have to play with my
Your brother.
oldest brother,
Yeah.
which he doesn't get to play on the evening time very often, but he's always playing Destiny during the daytime when I can't play. But sometimes he plays at night. So because I have the small chance to play with one person, I'm buying this game because it's so awesome co-op. I'm spending all this money just to play the game for maybe one person to play with me. That says a lot about a game. It does.
It's a great game. I just wish
It really does.
part of me wishes they would just reset and do like the final Destiny or
And,
the final
yeah,
like and then like just like reset
it's
us
so
all.
fragmented.
Like just kill the fragmentation and just like do the Warframe thing or like just like make it like here's the thing and we're just going to grow from here. Cuz I feel like
Yeah.
part of me feels like I'm so far behind.
Yeah. You haven't played for many of the packs of DLC.
Right. I just feel so far
Yeah.
behind.
You haven't been in there. And now a lot of them that you haven't done, you can't do.
Yeah, cuz they took them away.
Yeah.
It's so
So,
weird.
I mean, there goes Destiny. Yeah. But we're done talking about Destiny. I've also
No,
been
no, no.
playing
No,
now.
Jared, I was gonna
No, go ahead.
transition.
What?
I was gonna transition from
Oh,
I
okay.
was gonna transition from one first person shooter to a first person shooter I just beat, Shadow
Oh,
Warrior
yeah.
3.
Oh, yeah. I've still never
Who
played any of those
wants
games.
some wang? Uh,
Yeah, that's
no,
right.
it's a great game, dude. If you guys like Doom
Does he still
Eternal,
use?
what does he still use?
Does he
What
still? You want
he's
some wang?
he always. I mean, the game is
Okay.
funnier than the original game. I mean, the game gets funnier and funnier and funnier. It's so it's just the game's hilarious. I really recommend if you haven't played the Shadow Warrior trilogy. Literally, you can get the first two games for like $5 on PlayStation usually. I mean,
Yeah.
like the first one and the second one. I like the first one's fine. It's pretty basic, like pretty basic first person shooter bullshit. And you beat it and it's good, it's fun. The second one is a lot of it's like cool. It's like open world and I really liked it. And then the third one kind of goes to a different place and it kind of goes back to like the basic first person shootery stuff, but then it adds a bunch of like the Doom Eternal stuff like environmental kills and like bionic like tether like what do you like what do you call that? A tether like a
Yeah, grappling hook kind of
grappling
thing.
hook. Thank you. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna kill myself. Yeah, a grappling
Please,
hook.
please don't.
No, but
It's,
the new one has a lot more platforming shit going on for it, which was pretty crazy to me. Like the first one is pretty basic bitch first person shooter, kind of running around shooting shit. The second one's like open world, doing crazy shit,
yeah,
quests and
figuring
stuff.
out what they are.
No, but it's open world quests. You can do multiplayer. You can like have like, multiplayer and like it's like some of it's procedurally generated. It's all like that one's like a big test market. And then the third one is like just this really solid, well made first person shooter with I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just funny. I don't know. Anyway, I liked it. It's super cool. Uh, if you can, I don't know. I like none of my friends have played Shadow Warrior, so they've not taken my advice on
No,
this.
I've never played it.
But
Yeah.
I played the original back in the day, which is basically a Duke Nukem skin. And it's pretty funny. And playing this one, I really liked what they've done with it. I love the whole thing. So Shadow Warrior, Devolver
What would
Digital
you say
publisher.
they improved over the sequel? Yeah, Devolver's so rad. What I mean, just one thing that you thought improved the most
This is the
over
most
2 to
polished.
3.
This is the most polished. Like the first one is just a basic kind of first person shooter, shadow like Shadow Warrior. Who wants some wing? Lots of jokes. basic walk into an area, kill things, move on. Second one really blew up the genre. Like they tried to make it. It's basically like Borderlands Shadow Warrior. So you can do multiplayer. Good joke still. You can. The third one is just really more. It's kind of they brought it back in and they refined it. Really good animations. Shit's still funny. But it has all those environmental kills and platforming like Doom Eternal, and
Huh.
it's really
That
fast.
I like.
It's super
I like the
fast.
platforming in Doom Eternal. I think they
It's
did
super
good.
fast.
Okay.
So all three of those games. Here's the thing: if you're playing this
Is,
Shadow
is
Warrior
it on Game
trilogy, they're all different. They're all crazy different. Like they're different
Shadow
games.
Warrior 3 on Game Pass?
I don't know. I feel like you need to play them all, but I don't
Did you
know.
buy it?
You can buy it.
I
I
don't.
got
I
it.
don't
I
think I
got it
need to
on.
play them all.
I got it on. It's the one game that was day and. It's the one PlayStation game that was day and date on PlayStation Now. So that's why
Oh, okay.
I spent $3 on PlayStation and I got to play this one. So anyway,
Okay. Yeah,
I don't
I
know if it's. I don't
gotcha.
know if it's on
Cool.
Xbox. I
Yeah,
think
I'm
it's.
glad you enjoyed it so much.
I think it's on PlayStation
Yeah.
and PC for sure.
Okay.
All right, what
Awesome.
else? Are we done? You have something else you wanted? You want to talk about something else? You were gonna mention something
No, I
else.
mean, I'm just now that I've finished. Like, I don't know why I really wanted to play a hard, difficult game, so that's why I platinumed Elden Ring and got all the rest of the trophies in Returnal. I'm now focusing on Horizon Forbidden West, doing the side quests and all that stuff, and I'm really deeply enjoying that stuff. They've released lots of performance patches in the game to where the game runs a lot smoother, which I never really had issues with that. Like playing in performance mode in 60 frames a second and all that looks gorgeous and all that. Everything's wonderful. I'm just really loving the game. So I'm excited to play more of that. But
Can I tell
I
you how?
decided to hang out with you guys.
Can I tell you how awesome Elden Ring is?
Yeah. Go
Oh
ahead.
my
I
god! No,
mean,
I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
we haven't
I
talked much
gotta
about
do.
it.
I gotta do
No,
the
no.
episode. I just love Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring. I mean, I'm holding off. I think I mentioned earlier. I'm holding off on Elden Ring. I keep holding off on it, but I need to beat it. I just need to beat it.
Yeah, he
I
doesn't
don't.
want to play it co-op.
I don't need to. I
Anybody,
don't need
you
to
know.
beat it. I'm not like not beating it because it's hard. I'm not beating it because I don't want it to end.
Yeah, you beat Melania.
Yeah, I beat her like nothing. Like I beat her like she was a fucking side bitch, dude.
What? Yeah, what level are you on? 200 and what?
Well, let's see. I beat her at like 223. I think I'm at like 228 right now.
Yeah, I think I finished my new game plus at 200.
Yeah, I know. Oh, 200. Your new game plus at 200.
Yeah.
Dude, what? No, I am so like rock star right now. Like no, but some people fucked me up. Some people you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that shit? It's like a boss, I can handle a boss, but like I get like three dudes, like random dudes on me.
Yeah,
And
random enemies,
you just
yeah.
get destroyed. It's like you're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know, it's funny.
I find
But
that
no,
so funny. I find that so funny.
the one I had the most trouble with on my new game plus was the Black Blade.
I could see that. He was a bitch when I played him just on basic bitch.
Yeah, or even getting past the horse dude, whatever the crap
Oh,
he was called
the
for
guy
him.
before
Like
him,
most of the time, I just ran past him. Yeah,
the guy before him, that guy was an asshole. Like, and you don't even have to fight that guy technically,
you don't.
but
I ran past him for a while.
but I was like not
Yeah,
gonna run past him. I was like, I'm just gonna beat your ass. You know, when they throw down on me, I'm like, you know, fuck you. You know what sucks about that shit though? Like the guy like that is like here's the thing. I go blindly headbuttingly into that fight and I get killed a bunch of times and it's like so then I go back because I only wear the wolf mask and like my standard warrior gear. I don't wear like generally I don't wear like full gear. So like it's like, all right, fine, I'll put on better armor. So then I put on better armor, and then I go kill the guy. and I was
Yeah.
like, that pisses me off because it's like, ah, I should be able to kill you with like
You
nothing
just want
on.
to see your boobs hanging out, and you want to see your
No,
ass, and
it's not
yes,
like
I
not little boobs.
understand. I get
I like looking cool, and I don't like the heavy gear because it makes me look less cool. I like my like wavy kind of. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I'll have to send you a video one of these days. I think it was called
Oh yeah, no, I get
Elden
that shit.
Fashion Rings or
Fashion ring.
Elden
Well,
Fashion
fashion
something.
souls has always been a thing. So
Yeah, you got to look good. You can't worry about your stats,
yeah.
right?
But seriously, I could have wore nothing for the Millennia fight. Yeah, I could have killed her with nothing on. I should have done
Did
like
you put a jar on your head?
I should have. No, I wore my basic bitch stuff and dude, like I don't understand. Okay, I guess I'm too high a level now, so but
Must be.
she was not a problem. Like I've had hard the
I
hard
had to summon helpers.
no. I mean I did my summon, but I didn't summon other people.
I summoned other people.
Oh,
They
no.
did it for me.
No.
Yeah, I
No.
couldn't do that. I was a medium build, and I couldn't dodge her flurries and stuff like that. I
I had
just couldn't figure it out.
with her. No, I had a harder time with that goddamn two-headed dragon than her.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he was a piece of cake.
I know.
I just had a couple of rapiers leveled up to top level, and
he
he
kept
doesn't
he
like being
kept
stabbed.
fucking he kept fucking me up. That whole like
Oh, actually,
when he disappears and comes back kept fucking me up.
oh, the easiest method with that one is that archer that can't move. What was her? Uh, and no, yeah, there was the archer that you can get as a summon that can't walk.
Oh, and he shoots her.
I had her leveled all the way up, and she was out of his reach the whole match, and she just
Mm.
kept on launching arrows and like pretty much took him out by herself. I mean,
Nah,
it was
I
pretty
was
intense.
ornery about keeping my same damage. So like
Albineric
I mean I beat her eventually, but
archer,
and
yeah,
Blackblade is a douchebag, but like
yeah, he sucks.
cuz like you hide behind the things, but he still hits you behind them. So it's
Yeah,
like
his
what's the
stuff goes
point of
through the
that? What's the
pillars.
fucking point of that shit? So like
The whole point of that shit is to fuck up your targeting because it disables your targeting. You have to retarget him every single time he goes behind it, and it's obnoxious.
he's the first guy, Jarrod, he's the first guy where I died and then he died.
Oh, at the
One
same
at
time,
the
yeah.
no, it wasn't the same time. It's like I died and then
Oh, you're poison. You're rot.
and then it finally said you died, and as it said you died, he died, and then it popped all this stuff.
You got your items, yeah,
Yeah,
and he was
oh,
dead.
I got him,
Yeah,
but it's like Jesus Christ, what the
kinda.
fuck? But yeah, I
Yeah,
got him.
jeez.
That was a funny one. That was the first time that happened. But that didn't take me long.
Uh,
I mean, none of them have been very hard. I haven't had a hard time. Anyway, I've killed them all. Now I just have to collect all the legendary shit, which I'm sure.
you just just yeah, do most of it before you beat the game,
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
gonna
then do
do.
New Game Plus just to see how fast you can blast through. Because there's probably one that you missed because after the tree burns, there's one you can't get.
Okay.
I don't remember what one, but there's one in the big city that you can't get because it's covered in ashes after you burn the tree.
Gotcha.
And that's the one I had to go through New Game Plus for, as well as the other
It's
two
all of
endings.
that too. It's like part of me is like, do I care about platinuming the game or just need to beat the game?
It's an awesome. I felt pretty happy about my platinum, and I
But
still
here's the other
played
thing.
the game afterward.
You've beaten multiple Souls games at this point. This is my first Souls game, and I'm like, do I
Enjoy
need?
it.
I know. I just need to beat it. But like,
Enjoy it.
I'm pretty 100% sure it's my game of the year. There's no other game I mean, even God of War when it comes out, there's no way God of War is gonna be give me. There's no way God of War is gonna give me as much reward as Elden Ring did. I'm pretty sure Elden Ring's my game of the year. So, anyway, it's such a good game, Jared.
Cool. Yeah,
It's such a good
it
game.
is. It is. I'm glad you've been enjoying it.
I'm
Like,
so glad I got you
I
to
know
play it.
you're not. No. I bought Horizon. I've been playing it, and they're like, "Oh, it's so good." Blah 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 blah. You know, all the reviewers are like, "Oh, it's so good." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, I'm just gonna wait until I'm done with Horizon." And you're like, "You should totally play this."
Dude,
I'm
I
like,
didn't know.
"Fine, soul." I bought the game and I put 100 and some hours into it, and like I have to get the platinum. Yeah. And I just had to do it. And I'm like, okay, I want another hard game. I'm like, yeah, Returnal. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking beat my head against this until I get the platinum or the
You
100%
think
because I
they'll
already
give
had the platinum. I get 100% of the DLC.
you think they'll give us DLC for Elden Ring?
Yes,
You think so?
yeah. All the Souls games have had some form of DLC other than Demon Souls. Bloodborne had DLC. I think most all the Dark Souls had at least one DLC, and just be ready because all the DLC packages are harder.
Right. No, I get that.
Yeah,
I'm just
so be ready
curious.
for that. It's going to be more
Curious if
challenging.
you think they'll get it. If we'll get something.
Absolutely, they would be ridiculously stupid not to release a DLC for that game. So many people bought it, and a lot of people are. A large portion of their fan base is going to be buy that DLC. It would be absolutely absurd if they did not release DLC for it. It's almost guaranteed.
I just like hanging around and killing things in the world. I don't know. There's something about the game that seems, no matter what I do, it just seems fresh. I don't know.
Well, the
It's
open world's so well done. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The
It's
open world is one of the best maps. Yeah, it's really well done.
anyway.
I liked the design of it, and trying to figure out how to get to certain areas was a lot of fun.
I don't really have anything else to talk about some Gran Turismo, but I wanted to do a Gran Turismo episode by myself, just to talk about some stuff. So I'm not going to talk about it here.
I haven't played Gran Turismo for quite a long time, not since 5.
And we've been talking for an hour and 20 minutes, so
Oh,
we don't need to keep
okay.
going.
It's almost 2:30 in the morning, and I think yeah, it's probably a good time to stop. I have somewhere to be at 11 in the morning, so
Oh,
uh,
got some classes.
classes. No,
You don't have to take your girls somewhere. No.
no. I need to help my father-in-law
Oh, that's right.
install some shelving stuff. Yeah, like real life stuff and things.
Well, I also want to
Not
do. I'm also planning to do
digital.
once I beat Elden Ring, to do my final Elden Ring episode. So there's also that. But
Oh, so you know how much I love Dragon Quest Builders 2. I got the platinum in that.
right.
Uh, just as if there's anybody that's actually a fan of the show long enough to remember me talking about that, as it's on Game Pass and it comes with the DLC, and my daughter is playing through it, and I love watching her play. The game is just so good. The story is so good. It's so fun to play. Just play Dragon Quest Builders 2. It's worth your time. It's so good. Please, please play Dragon Quest Builders 2.
There
I
you go.
want Dragon Quest Builders 3 so bad. They
It'll
have not
happen.
announced it. I don't know if they'll ever release it, but I want it. I want more Dragon Quest Builders.
There you go.
Game
Get on it.
Pass,
Is that
baby.
Square Enix?
Yes.
Get on it, Square.
Yes. Now, I mean, they're working on a lot of Dragon Quest stuff. There's a new Dragon Quest game coming out in the next year or so,
All right.
and some mobile stuff. They just released Dragon Quest Builders 1 on mobile. I
They
think
also just
it's free to
released
play.
Diablo Immortal, and we didn't talk about that because it's not worth talking
I
about.
played it for an hour. Yeah, I didn't play anything beyond what I started with.
Listen,
I don't
Diablo.
want to talk about it until
Listen,
the store isn't as toxic as it is now.
No,
I'm not going to talk about it
my
till it's
opinion is
fixed.
Diablo Immortal. Just wait for Diablo 4 because
Yeah, yeah. Diablo 4 looks amazing.
that looks
Yeah.
amazing, and that looks like the game you want to play. Anyway, I think we've talked about everything. We talked about a lot of things tonight, and we really
There's a lot of games I'm looking forward to, and I didn't talk about a lot of them. I just didn't look online to. I don't take notes. I just like, hey, this game's out now. Cool. I'm gonna play it. So I'm ready. Let's play some games.
yeah. Well, we also haven't been around in a bit, so like, and we've, I've been kind of quiet lately. I haven't played a lot of things, but I've been playing more things lately. I've been playing a lot of stuff, so which is kind of funny. So I think it's ramping up to be a video game season. So we apologize that we've been so quiet lately, but we're Couch Co-op. You know us. Hey, if you're our listeners, you know us. We kind of go in hibernation for a little bit. We come out. We come back out super strong with a lot of cool
And
content.
half of our crew is not even playing games right now, so it's just Ian and I at this point.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, we're gonna like Dave and Dave, Jarrod and I are gonna have to find some new people because like we thought we had someone new with Quentin, but then Quentin kind of like bailed on video games. He's not playing a lot. Dave's not playing a lot. Aaron doesn't play anything. So I don't know. We're gonna.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I need to
I
do.
think we did keep our hands on it
What
enough.
I
So
need to do is get fucking Jeremy involved because Jeremy plays video games, and I wish he would just be a part of this because I
I
think
just loaned him Dragon Quest, or no, yeah, Dragon
yeah,
Quest 11. So I hope he
exactly.
plays that soon.
And I think he's been playing a lot of video games. He's always playing video games, and I just feel like I need to get him involved. Anyway, let's get out of here. Jarrod, let's get out of here. I want to thank you all for listening
Yeah.
and remind you to you can leave feedback on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Couch Co-op Shows, all one word, no hyphen. Remember to please subscribe and share, and maybe leave us an iTunes review. That would be awesome because we're on all the platforms. You can find us on Spotify and Amazon Play and Google whatever and all Google Play, Amazon. What's it? I don't know. Jarrod. I don't know what they're
Well,
called.
if you're listening to us, just listen to us where you're listening to us now.
Yeah, keep listening to us.
Hey.
If you go to, what's cool though? If you're listening to us, go to anchor.fm/the Couch Co-op Show. On that website, there is a message button. You hit that message button, and it allows you to leave us a voice message, and we will play your fucking voice message on the show, no matter how toxic and awful it is. I'm not kidding. I will play it. What are we saying here? I want to thank you all for joining me here on the couch. Jarrod, thank you also for being here. Like as always. I mean, Jarrod's my co-pilot.
Always. Yeah.
Always.
We started the podcast together.
Yeah, we've
Let's
been
keep
doing this. We've
keep
been
blabbing
doing
about games.
Dude, Jarrod, we've been doing this for like 2,000 years.
Yeah, a couple days.
Jarrod,
I
honestly.
don't even know how many episodes we have.
Jarrod, honestly. When we started this back in 2004 or whenever we started this, did you honestly think we'd like keep going? Did you think like, oh, 6 episodes would be done?
I had no plans of it being in the future. I didn't. No.
This is your
But
legacy. This is your legacy.
enjoy I enjoy talking about games, and it's like none of my coworkers, none of my family. It's just my friends and whoever wants to listen online. It's like I don't have anybody to talk to games about except my friends and the emptiness of the internet.
Emptiness of the internet. And they listen to us. I mean, this is still one of our, this is of the podcasts I do. This is still the most popular, Jarrod. So you and I.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening, and I hope to hear from our more consistent listeners.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Cause,
Tony Death.
Uh, yeah, I don't know if he listens anymore or
He
not.
still listens. Oh,
But
he still
maybe,
listens. He
maybe
still
he
listens.
does.
He does.
Okay, cool. Yeah, good. He has a Twitch that people should follow. I know. Is it just Tony Death?
Tony
with the
Death,
E.
but
He's just
D
Tony
E T H H. Yeah,
Dethh.
no EA, no
Yeah,
A.
follow
Tony
Tony
Death,
Death.
no
He's a cool
A.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a cool guy. Follow him on Twitch. Yeah,
He's
you'll like him.
Amish. He's Amish, so just
Yeah.
let
Oh,
it.
yeah,
He
totally.
lives in Pennsylvania. He's Amish. Just technology's a little
Yeah, so
difficult
just
for
remember
him.
that and let the language bump off you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
He's driving this truck right now, being like, "What the fuck you guys talking about, motherfuckers?"
I
All
mean,
right.
are you saying he's driving his horse-drawn carriage
Oh
right
yeah,
now? And
sorry.
he's like,
His
what
horse-drawn carriage. His horse-drawn carriage. The joke is he's not Amish, guys. No, anyway. All right. I want to thank Jarrod for joining me here on the couch. For Couch Co-op, I'm Ian, reminding you to please be
excellent to each other.
Oh, did we even do the opening? Oh, whatever. We'll do it now. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.